I'm 89 years old. My name is Eleanor, and I need to tell you something that's going to sound crazy coming from someone who's spent 40 years building a fortune. Money didn't save me. Money didn't make me happy. Money didn't give my life meaning. Money almost killed me. I know what you're thinking. Easy for a rich person to say money doesn't matter. But hear me out, because I'm not telling you money doesn't matter. I'm telling you it's not the thing. It's not the answer. It's not what's going to save you when your life falls apart. And your life will fall apart. Everyone's does. I have money. More money than I can spend. A big house. Nice cars. Expensive art on the walls. And I would trade every single dollar, every single thing I own, for what I almost lost chasing it. I would trade it all to go back and do things differently, to understand sooner what actually matters. But I can't go back. None of us can. So all I can do is tell you, warn you. Hope that maybe you'll listen to an old woman who learned the hard way. Let me tell you how I got here. I grew up poor, real poor. The kind of poor where you wear the same dress to school every day and hope nobody notices. The kind of poor where dinner is whatever you can scrape together. My father was a drunk. My mother worked herself to death trying to keep us fed. And I watched her die at 52, worn out, used up. With nothing to show for a lifetime of work but calloused hands and a grave nobody visits. With nothing to show for a lifetime of work but calloused hands and a grave nobody visits. And I made myself a promise. I said I'm never going to be poor. I'm never going to struggle like she did. I'm going to make something of myself. I'm going to have money, security, safety. And I did. I worked my way through college, got a job at a bank, worked 60, 70 hours a week, climbed and clawed and fought my way up. And I made it. By 40, I was a vice president. By 50, I was wealthy. By 60, I had more money than I ever dreamed of. And I was miserable, absolutely miserable. But I didn't know it. Or maybe I knew it and I didn't want to admit it. Because if I admitted it, then what was it all for? What was the point of all those years, all that sacrifice, all that work, if it didn't make me happy? I had a husband. He was a good man, kind, patient. He loved me, but I loved my career more. I loved the climb more. I loved the money more. We never had kids. I didn't want anything that would take me away from work. And my husband, he went along with it. He just quietly, slowly started to disappear. Started spending more time in the garden, more time anywhere but with me. He died when I was 72. Heart attack. Sudden. One day he was here, the next he was gone. And I remember standing at his funeral, looking at his casket and thinking, I don't even know this man. I lived with him for 44 years and I don't know him. I don't know what he dreamed about, what he feared, because I never asked. I never had time. I was too busy making money. After he died, I went home to my big empty house and I sat in my big empty living room and I realized something that broke me. I had everything and nothing. I had money and I had things and I had success. But I had no one. No one who loved me. No one who knew me. No one who would miss me when I was gone. I built a fortune and lost a life. That's when it hit me. The thing that saved me. And it wasn't something I bought. It was something I had to learn. I had to learn how to connect, how to be present, how to love, how to let people in. Because for 70 years, I kept everyone at arm's length. I built walls, high walls, thick walls made of work and money. And those walls kept me safe, but they also kept me from being alive. I had a neighbor, Mrs. Patterson, widow, lived down the street. She used to wave at me every single day, a little wave and a smile. And I'd nod and keep walking, because I didn't have time for neighbors. After my husband died, she knocked on my door, brought me a casserole. She kept coming, once a week. I was annoyed at first. I didn't want company, but she was persistent. She'd sit on my porch and talk even if I didn't talk back. And slowly, very slowly, I started to listen, started to let her in. And that woman, Mrs. Patterson, she saved my life. Not with money, but with presence, with consistency, with showing up week after week, month after month. until one day I realized I was looking forward to her visits. I was grateful for her company. She taught me that connection is everything, that people are everything, that love, real love, is the only thing that matters at the end. I started volunteering at a community center, teaching financial literacy to low-income families. And at first, I did it because I felt guilty. But then something happened. I started to care. I started to know their names, their stories, their struggles. And they started to care about me. They'd invite me to their graduations, their weddings, their celebrations. And for the first time in my life, I felt like I mattered. Not because of what I had, but because of who I was to them. Because I showed up. Because I cared. I'm 89 years old now. I still have money, but that's not what gets me out of bed in the morning. What gets me out of bed is the girl I'm tutoring who just got accepted to college. It's the people. It's always the people. Here's what I wish someone had told me when I was 25. Money is a tool. It's not the goal. It can give you security. It can give you options. It can give you comfort. But it can't give you meaning. It can't give you love. It can't give you connection. And at the end of your life, when you're lying in bed looking back, you're not going to think about your bank account. You're going to think about the people you loved, the people who loved you, the moments you shared, the memories you made. I missed so much. I missed holidays because I was working. I missed my husband's retirement party because I had a meeting. I missed my niece's wedding because I was closing a deal. I chose money over people again and again and again. And I can't get those moments back. They're gone. And no amount of money can buy them back. But here's what I've learned. It's never too late. It's never too late to change. It's never too late to connect. It's never too late to love. I started at 72. You can start right now. Today. This moment. Call a friend you haven't talked to in years. Forgive the family member you've been mad at. Show up for the people who matter. Put down the phone. Turn off the computer. Be present. Be there. Be real. I see young people now working themselves to death just like I did. Chasing promotions. Chasing raises. Chasing success. And I want to shake them. I want to tell them stop. Stop running. Stop chasing. It's not worth it. The money isn't worth it. But they won't listen. Just like I didn't listen. Because you have to learn this lesson yourself. You have to lose something before you realize what matters. Before you realize that the ladder you're climbing is leaning against the wrong wall. Relationships matter. Being there for people matters. Showing up matters. Loving people and letting them love you back matters. Everything else, the money, the success, it's just noise. It's just stuff that makes you feel important for a moment and then leaves you empty. I have a great niece. She's 30, and she came to me last year and said, "Aunt Eleanor, I got offered a promotion. Big raise, but it means I'll have to travel all the time. I'll barely see my husband. Should I take it?" And I looked at her and I said, "How much money do you need to be happy?" And she said, "I don't know." And I said, "Then you have enough. Don't choose money over life." She turned down the promotion. She called me 6 months later and said, "Thank you. Thank you for giving me permission to choose my family." And I said, "I didn't give you permission. You gave yourself permission. I just reminded you what matters. That's all I'm trying to do here. Remind you what matters. Before it's too late. Before you wake up at 89 and realize you spent your whole life chasing the wrong thing. Money didn't save me. People did. Connection did. Love did. Showing up did. Being present did. And that's what will save you too. Not your bank account. Not your job title. But the people you love and the people who love you back. I'm 89 years old. I don't have much time left. But however long I have, I'm not spending it making money. I'm spending it with real people. Because that's all that matters. So here's my advice. My only advice. Stop working so much. Stop chasing so hard. Stop sacrificing your life for your career. Make time for people. Make time for love. Make time for connection. Because that's where the life is. That's where the joy is. That's where the meaning is. I wasted 40 years. Don't waste yours. The money will come or it won't. But the people, the love, that's what you can't buy back. I promise you, if you choose people over money, you'll look back and you won't have regrets. You'll have meaning, and that's worth more than all the money in the world. Now, if you'll excuse me, Mrs. Patterson is coming over for tea, and I'm not going to miss it for anything.